Is it a bit like farm animals? You're not meant to name the ones you're not keeping? Hey folks, welcome back to the farm. I've got a confession to make. I made a bit of a silly purchase. Come with me and I'll show you what I've done. Right, we're just about locked and loaded, ready to go. Strapped down, loads of straps, diesel, blowtorch, some tools. I think that's it. Oh, and a dog. Right, while the dog gives me funny looks for talking to myself, I'll explain what we're doing. We're off on a little bit of a gamble here. I've bought an unnecessary tractor, and well, there's a reason for that. I'll tell you about later in the video. I didn't really celebrate when I won. I put a bid on it, and I thought if it's meant to be, I've never even seen it running, but I know it runs. That's about it. Let's go. It's not the shiny one. It's not the really cool Field Marshal. It is that little beauty. There it is. Oh, it's tiny. I love it. Right, they didn't have a key for it, so hopefully someone has, or it might be in it. What do you reckon, dog? Am I mad? Actually, it doesn't even have an ignition, so that might make things easier. It's not got a lot, to be honest. Oh, you little... Not got a battery either. Okay, so winch it is. Ah, why didn't I even think of that? Not so sure this was a clever purchase. Looking at it, they go up to the dial, which I knew it didn't have, the tractometer, the middle bit with the rev counter, which is why that bit's out. So that's not too bad. That just needs to be connected back up. It was definitely a project, which I didn't need. Sensible thing to do is just to leave it here and put it back in the next auction. Alright, that is kind of lined up. Let's see if I can get the winch working. So it's about central. Let's get strapping. Right, we're in gear. We're all strapped up. We're regretting our purchase, but c'est la vie. It's a project for another year, I guess. Right, home sweet home. So this is home sweet home for this tractor, because I'm going to make a prediction that I'm going to roll it off. It's going to sit back there and it's not going to move for a little while. That said, I like a challenge, and I've been challenged here. I don't like to be proved wrong, and the wrong thing was buying this. So I've got to prove to myself that it wasn't a stupid idea, and that we can actually get this thing running. I mean, we'll get the proper camera and get some lights and stuff and have a good look at some point, but overall, I mean, the good thing with these sort of old tractors is nothing rusts through. Initial impressions, it's all right. The bonnet's straight. It is the type of tractor I've been looking for, just not the one. Let me explain very quickly why I bought this. I didn't need a second tractor. I don't need a project. I don't really have any huge knowledge or affiliation with this particular style of tractor. However, there is one particular reason, which is Grandad had one. Now, I've been doing all I can to track down my granddad's old tractor. However, as much as I have tried to go through the societies, the clubs, the Facebook groups, DVLA, I cannot find where it is. It's Thorn at the moment. I've got the reg and I know a fair bit about it, but I just can't find it. So I'm hoping it's still an existing concern, a going concern, but it might have been scrapped for parts, who knows. It was a 1966 BMC Mini. Pretty much this one. But not this one. So I didn't need to buy this. It was a frustrated purchase because I've tried so hard to find Grandad's. I bought the next best thing, which arguably isn't this. I should have bought one that actually worked. Anyway, this is, I think, probably 4 or 5 months different in age, but apart from that, it's exactly the same. Although, interestingly, Grandad's was painted blue. The Leyland 154 is the exact tractor in a different colour. I'm sure there's a few other tweaks like the grille and a few other differences, but they were a little bit more sought after than the BMC, so people used to paint their orange BMC blue. I don't think they went as far as changing the labels and stuff, but anyway, Grandad's was blue, so he was obviously faking it, catfish tractor, and he had a blue one, but it was definitely a BMC Mini. On DVLA, it's showing up as BMC Mini orange. So, although this isn't it, this is what it would have been like. That said, it is an unnecessary project, but let's have a look and see what I bought. Is it a bit like farm animals? You're not meant to name the ones you're not keeping? Let's have a little peek. I've got a whole wall of membrane and batten space, so I don't want to waste too much time on this. It's a tiny engine, so it's 900cc. I just need to buy the workshop manual. I think it's 20 quid, but it's probably worth doing. That's what's disconnected at the bottom. Is it the hydraulics? Seems like a lot of oil. Getting carried away now, but in here, this jobby here, that's a resistor. So basically the 12-volt battery is downgraded to 9-volt for the plugs. So if you buy the replacement ones, they're all 12-volt. So what I have read is you need to make sure that that cable on the 9-volt side, you basically do away with this, or you can just put those terminals on, put those connectors onto that terminal, so it's all 12-volt, because they need to run at 12-volt. But I imagine if they're 9, that's never been touched, and that's all original. Look, I said I wasn't going to get carried away, and I'm not going to. I'm going to be good. I'll get a service manual. I'll get a battery, unless I can find something around here that I can use, and do a bit of research before we touch it. But there we go. There's a new unnecessary project for the winter. And equally, if anyone really does fancy the challenge of trying to find Grandad's old tractor, let me know and I can email over some info on it. But I think I've done all the obvious stuff. So unless you're really in the know on the Leyland BMC Nuffield scene, I'm not sure how much more I can do. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. as I said, let me know what your thoughts are on this brute, and we'll see you next time.